Alright, so what is up, guys? This is Faye back here, and welcome back to my channel. So, before I start this video, wishing everyone a happy new year. It's 2023. Hope you all did well and leave no regrets in 2022. So, in 2023, I hope you all hit your goals, your achievement, and everything you want to do in this world, right? Alright, so without further ado, let's get the video started, right? So, in today's video, we'll be analyzing about an upcoming 5-star character, limited banner. Yes, he which is Al-haitham. So a lot of people had actually like hype about Al-haitham, but however, from beta stats, yeah, I can see he is actually undergoing a pretty hard time. I think he got nerfed thrice by by the by the devs. So, uh, let's get to it, shall we? So Al-haitham, he's a 5-star character, of course, limited 5-star. So he wields a sword and has the vision of a Dendro, right? So he's a Dendro sword character, and his position in the team, yeah, he's the first, if I'm not wrong, is the first optional character that you can choose to be an on-field DPS, sub DPS, or a driver, or what we call procker, right? So first, his basic attack. So his basic attack, in my personal opinion, is his upgrade priority. So why would I say that? Like, because he has the highest multiplier for basic attack among SWAT characters. This is before his nerf, but after his nerf, I think he's still one of the highest in the whole game. Like for SWAT characters only, among SWAT characters, right? And his whole kit will be mostly dealing damage around like his basic attack scaling due to his kit. Yep. Alright, so first of all, elemental skill. So elemental skill, in my opinion, is the last upgrade priority. Yeah, as and both of his skills on attack percent and EM. So yeah, his elemental skill, in my opinion, is the last upgrade priority, but you can still bring it to higher level. But this might subject to change. Like I forgot to say previously, like all I said here is beta stats or statistics. They might still result to change. Yeah, so this is not the final product. So there may be future changes. If there are future changes, I'll just like upload a post on my channel or something. Right. So deals yeah, this skill deals instant damage. So a lot of you have probably seen the meme like Al-haitham versus Kaching, or it's a Dendro Kaching but male, and like what? Yeah, and like the skill and kits are actually the same. Alright, so yeah, so you have a slight clue about how this actually works. So it deals instant damage. Alright, so from what I've seen in the beta video, so instead of like catching pressing E again, like you need to press again to recast the skill. For item, I think it's instantly a blink instead of like you need to recast it. So it's an instant cast as long as you tap it. Right. So holding it will allow you to choose the location to blink and deal damage. Right. And the damage are slightly higher if I'm not wrong. And using the skill once will produce a thing called chisel like mirror. So um the chisel light mirror, I'll explain a bit later on. So the chisel light mirror will produce one extra when you don't have any. Means like when you have 0 stacks, you get 2 stacks, right? So for chisel light mirror, you are able to stack up to 3 at most. Like, so means that you have 0 initially. If you use this skill immediately, you get twice the amount, right? So you get 2 instead of 1, right? But when you have 1, you only like produce 1 more, right? So he's able to stack up to 3 at most. So having at least 1 chisel light mirrors will provide him Dendro infusion, right? This is permanent until you deal damage with normal attacks, charge attacks, and plunging attacks. Yeah, then it will be triggered and consumed, right? So after consumed, the chisel light mirrors have 2 functions. So chisel light mirror will fire out projectiles and yeah, be consumed. So the fire out projectile internal cooldown is actually 1.6 seconds, and the chisel light mirror consume will be counted one after another. So means that, for example, if you have three, like they will remove one every after 4 seconds. Yeah, so you can hold up to like 12 seconds for them to before totally disappear. Right. So last one, we have the elemental burst. Right. This skill scales on attack percent and EM, and the attack skills higher than EM. So this is my second upgrade priority in my opinion. So it creates a binding field in front and dealing multiple instant AoE dendro damage, something like Kaching elemental burst. So the damage instances will be increased based on the remaining chisel-like mirror. So the base damage instance will be 4, and when you have one stack of chisel-like mirror, you get extra 2 damage instances. So when you have 3, you get 10. When you have 2, you get 8. When you have 1, you get 6. Right. So another point when you use elemental burst is 2 seconds after using this ability, 0, 1, 2, 3 chisel-like mirrors will be generated based on how many chisel-like mirrors you consume. Like for example, if you consume 3 chisel-like mirrors, you won't get any chisel-like mirrors back. But if you consume 2 chisel-like mirrors, you get 1 back. So it's the lesser you consume before, the more you gain later. Like, so that's technically how it works. So that's why it's saying like he's actually an optional on-field DPS, sub DPS, or actually driver due to this kit here. Right. So for his talents, right? So we have 1 passive talent and 2 ascended talent. So for his first ascended talent, which is at level 20, so Al-haitham's normal attack, charge attack, like hit opponents will generate a chisel-like mirror. Yeah, this effect has a cooldown of 12 seconds. So means that he can generate a chisel-like mirror by just attacking them. Yeah, just attack or charge attack them. So combining with the point I set up here, like produces 1 extra when you don't have, so you can probably like E or basic attack to get an instant of 3 stacks where you have 12-second cooldown, and you can like use this to proc again, and you like keep cycle to make him like permanently on field or something, right? So next one is his level 60 ascended talent. So every point of EM increases the damage instances of elemental burst by 0.12%, capped at 100%. Right. So for EM, it's even though the return payback is slightly over like lower on his skill kit, since attack percent still like scales higher for his skill, but stacking EM is not a total loss after all. Like stacking EM, you can have more potential on playing reactions, like maybe a spread team or a bloom team. Like a bloom team, you can probably pair him with Nilo or something, or a spread team you can pair with like Raiden or Beidou or just anyone, or you can play like something else. Yeah. So for his passive talent, crafting weapon essential materials will have 10% to receive double the product. So this talent is same as like Ayaka or Albedo. Yep. So for his builds, yeah. So this builds is just based on like my research and everything. So if you have any like better opinions, just let me know in the comments below. Yeah. So first is weapons. Alright. So weapons with number 1 we have like our foliar incision. So this is his best in slot weapon. It adds like a decent amount of crit rate, but the weapon passive allows him to stack EM and skill damage on it, which is actually insane. Like it scales like what 320% of EM, which is actually quite insane. Like yeah, with this weapon you technically can just start building EM instead of like you need to care about attack percent and EM at the same time. Right. So for second we have Harang Gebaku Futsu. Like in my opinion, this is his second best weapon. Right. So it adds a lot of crit rate, right? So it's 33.1%, and buffs normal attack damage based on rotations. Right. So in case if you don't know, I will say it again. So Haran Gepaku Fusu gives you normal attack damage, but however there are one condition, means that you need to stack two stacks by your other teammates other than the dude who is equipping this weapon. Yeah, they must use two times elemental skill, and only you can swap back to the dude who is using the Haran. Then you use an elemental skill and you get the normal attack damage buff. Right. And also providing a stable elemental damage bonus, which is 12%. Right. Third in place, we have Mid Splitter Reforge. So Mid Splitter Reforge has the highest base attack, right? And it adds a ton of crit damage, like 44.2. Oh no, 44.1 or something if I'm not wrong. And also providing elemental damage bonus based on different conditions. And also providing a stable elemental damage bonus, like 12% same with Hara. Okay, in fourth, we have Primordial Jade Cutter. Alright, so this thing, why would I put it at the fourth place is it has the highest crit damage in the game. Yeah, and it adds HP and allows attack percent obtainable from HP. Means even if you get HP percent, you won't copium that much. Yeah. So this is, in my opinion, a more balanced overall weapon. Okay, next we have Freedom Sword. Right. So Freedom Sword adds a lot of EM, like 198 if I'm not wrong, with high base attack. Right. So the weapon have like 608 base attack if I'm not mistaken. So it increases damage and attack percent and attack bonuses from normal attack, charge attack, and plunging attack, which is actually insane. Right. So this is actually usable. Like depends on personal preference, right? But you need to like kind of balance the crit or something. Or if you're running like a bloom team or something, then you can consider using it. So for Summit Shaper, right, it adds a ton of attack percent with a high base attack. So this weapon is like adding like what 46.6% of attack percent with like 608 high base attack. Yeah, this weapon is overall like a whole fucking attack percent monster, right? So adds attack percent on hit and doubles when half shield, right? So in my opinion, it just adds a ton of attack percent that can probably just cover the crit damage you lost. Right. So after the 5-star weapons, yeah, for those who don't have a 5-star weapon, so in my opinion, there are some 4 stars weapon you can also use, and also 3 stars, right? So for 4 stars, first in place, we have the Black Sword. Alright, so the Black Sword, what's so good about it is it buffs normal attack and charge attack, which Al-haitham actually can use. And secondly, it adds crit rate. Yep, it has like 20 something percent of crit rate, which is actually good because you need to balance the crit. But the only sad part is you have to like try to accept the fact that it has a quite low base attack, like 510 at level 90 max. Right. So next we have the event weapon, the Tokabo Shigure you get in the latest event. Like it's like a umbrella with an eye on it. Yeah, so the weapon adds EM and also increases the character who wields the weapon to deal extra damage on him, on the dude who received the debuff from the weapon passive. Right, so this weapon adds EM and I think it's actually quite good for Haitham to go on field. Right. So if you didn't get the event weapon and you are not a battle pass buyer, so you're like, I'm kind of free to play. Right. So free to play, there are also options, right? First, I will say the Kagetsurube Ishin. The Kagotsurube Ishin, sorry. Right, so for this weapon, you can get it in the Kazuha story quest. Yeah, you can get this in the Kazuha story quest. Right, so what this weapon do is increases like your attack percent. Yeah, just increase your attack percent like overall. For a normal charge or plunging attack, like you gain extra attack percent. Yeah. So for Aminoma Kagiuchi, yes, you can use this also. So this is actually craftable. Right, you just need to do the Inazuma special quest for Yeah, there's one Inazuma quest, like side quest, that they like you go to the Jinran Island and you save out one dude, and if you do the whole quest, you can just get the blueprint of this weapon for free, right? So this weapon do is it has a lower base attack, but it adds a ton of attack percent, right? So a ton of attack percent, and the weapon passive is by using elemental skill, you gain energy when you use an elemental burst. So means that you can probably have less problems when you want to cycle an elemental burst or something, right? So if you want to greed even more on damage, yes, you can get this from the shop, the Paimon shop, for 24 star glitters. Right, so Blackcliff Longsword. So this is, in my opinion, one of the best weapons for stats if you want to ignore weapon passive. So what does this weapon do is you have the highest base attack for swords obtainable for free. If you want to say about star glitters, of course. So it has 565 base attack, following by a quite good amount of crit damage value, like 36.8 if I'm not mistaken. Right. So if you don't have this much of star glitter and you don't want to do Kazuha story quest, and you don't wanna like touch the side quest of this complicated piece of shit, right? So we have Iron Sting, which is 100% craftable without without any story quest. Right. So this is same as the prototype series, which is like monster and layer, so you can probably craft this too. Right. So this weapon increases elemental skill damage, which in my personal opinion I think it can be quite good for Haitham to proc his like elemental skill or something. Alright, so another one is Cypher's Moonlight. So this is actually from Gacha. This weapon is actually from Gacha. So what does this weapon do? So this weapon is actually pretty simple. For every EM you have, like it just provides you a 0.0 something energy recharge for your character who is holding this weapon, and another 30% of the value you have to hold him. Right? So in my personal opinion, when you're equipping this weapon, you can probably just stack EM and like have a whole team to rotate even faster. Right. So another one is the flute. Yeah, I put a question mark there because I don't know whether it's good or bad. Right. It's like, nah, somewhere mid. If you don't have a 4 star or you don't want to craft anything, right? So I'm pretty sure you all did gacha, right? No way you don't play Genshin for not doing gacha, right? Alright. Okay, so for 3 stars, first we have Harbinger of Dawn. Yeah, adds crit damage, but first things first, you need to maintain the HP, which is quite a question mark. Right. So for Fatal Blade, yeah, just stats are quite nice looking. Yeah, that's after all. So for Dark Iron Sword, yep, obtained from that dude in Liye. For those who don't know, Google or YouTube yourself. I don't want to say the whole process. It's a fucking burden. Like, so Dark Iron Sword, it's obtainable from that dude in Liye. So it's EM if you don't have, if you really want a free to play choice. Right. So next is his artifacts. So his artifacts here, my personal opinion, right? So artifacts, it's either you give him an attack percent sense or an elemental mastery sense, EM sense, right? So Goblet, I will recommend you to give attack percent Goblet, as this dude, this literally Al-haitham ascends with goddamn danger damage bonus. Yes, you heard it right. He ascends with danger damage bonus, just like fucking Tainari, without any crit rate or crit damage. Yes. So far as Goblet, it depends, but I would preferably give crit rate circlet, or if you can balance the crit rate, you can probably give crit damage circlet. So the crit rate, I'll preferably like say you give to 60 or 60 something, should be enough. Alright, so for 4 piece, there are multiple options. First, we have Gilded Dreams. So Gilded Dreams adds EM and attack percent based on team element. And the Flower of Lost Paradise, which is probably the new set, like along with Scaramouche. So this set is actually good if you are running a Hyper Bloom or Pigeon Team Reaction. Like for Bloom, you can probably equip this on him, but Hyper Bloom and Virgin you can equip on your other characters who are proccing the reaction, right? So Deep Wood Memories, yeah, this is also a quite good piece artifact, like decreases danger resistance, and since he's on field, he can also like make the maximum usage of this weapon. Now artifact passive, like if you're running it in a Nilo team, it will be even better, since the current team is probably like what, Nilo, Kokomi, Nahida, and Al-haitham. So for this, you can probably like, if your Haitham is running a 4-piece Deep Memories on field, you can probably let your Nahida run Gilded Dreams so she can stack even more Elemental Mastery. Yeah. So for now, because like everyone, like the other Dendro character on your team is either like a Collie or a Dendro Traveler, or someone might just have Dignary. So most people now, their Nahida is probably still running Deepwood. So after Haitham came out, I think most people can just go like Gilded Dreams Nahida 4-piece. So Nahida can stack like insane amount of EM, like just remove the limitation from Nahida, and Nahida can gain even more DPS. Like, and also support capabilities since she need 1000 EM on her talent. Right. So another one is Echoes of an Offering. Since I mentioned he needs the normal attack a lot, so this piece might be eligible. Right, another one is Shimenawa. So Shimenawa is yet to be confirmed, as this thing consumes like 15 energy. So it might screw up a bit of rotation. So I said this is yet to be confirmed. Right. So Gladiator is also valid since it buffs normal attack, so it should be fine. And also future artifacts. This is in case like if there are any future signature artifacts for item or something. But I think it's probably not. Like probably not eligible, I guess. So if you don't have the time to farm for a 4-piece, so we have the 2-piece plus 2-piece. So any plus at 18% attack set, you can have 2 of them running 18-18, or you can have any plus 80 like 80-80, or you can have a plus 15% Dendro bonus damage set, which is the 2-piece Deep Wood Memories, and probably another one with like 18 or 80 EM, those stuff. Yeah. So that's probably all my analysis on item. Item. So in my personal opinion, he is actually a quite flexible character, one of the most flexible I've seen so far. Like he's Dendro, right? And he can be on field DPS, sub DPS, and driver, which is actually a huge priority. So yeah, I think that's probably all for the video. Right. So I hope this video actually helped you all, like in understanding our item better. Right. So for the next version, or yeah, for next version special program, I'll probably be streaming on Twitch to watch together. So if you are free, make sure to drop by there. So if you drop by there, I will see you all at on my Discord server announcement, right? So for Discord server link, I will probably post it under this video in the comment section or in the description. Alright, so that's all. That's all, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you all next time. Peace.